Hello guys, welcome to another video. It's Saturday today, which means it's the end of the week, end of the first week's training. It went really well. I really enjoyed my first week of the new program with the new coach. A lot of volume, a lot of different exercises, so my body is having to adapt to that a little bit because I am a little bit sore today, but I've got a couple of days off now, so I'm just going to make sure I get in my recovery ready for the second week. So what I'm doing now is heading down to watch Bristol City play. So every other week I like to go and watch the football. So heading down there now, and then I think I'm hanging out with Sam and Aaron after that. But while I head down there, I'll show you the last 2 days training footage. Thursday being poor squats and bench, and Friday being deadlifts.
Feels like a while since I've been down. I know that nothing lasts forever. Still be here with me.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to do more? Well, to be honest with you, I don't do that much. 50 is what I'm on. So, how much is 40 kilos to start? We're taking a step forward.
But that was rather disappointing. What wasn't disappointing though was going into Tesco after the game and finding out these croissants were free. So I went in with the intention of just getting a sandwich as a snack. When I went up to counter, she told me these were free. So I ended up spending just £3 on a very nice sandwich and 4 croissants. So these croissants each are around about 300 calories. So I'm going to see if I can smash all of them in one go. So after consulting MyFitnessPal, I worked out that these are actually 336 calories each, which comes to 1,344 plus the sandwich, which is 500 calories. This comes to 1,844 calories for this one meal. So I'm not ridiculously hungry, but we'll see if we can do it. That was surprisingly easy. Probably eat another one. If you want to do a calorie challenge, I recommend croissants. So I'm eating air, but very calorific. Hello, mate.
Hello, Matt. What a surprise.
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Because I know you like that.
Thanks, bro.
It's alright. Cheers, bro.
You said we should have used Instagram.
Huh?
How do I read questions and things?
I'll show you. So, put out a load of questions to people on Instagram earlier today to do with lifting, life, anything. It was free reign. I haven't really looked at what the questions are. I've seen a couple, but I haven't had really time to think about any answers. So it's going to be just sort of
impromptu.
Impromptu, that's the word. How do I see them? Right. The questions are there.
Oh shit, son. And then just scroll
and
across.
Scroll left.
How many have you got?
So I don't know how long this is going to take. There's probably what?
Oh, I've lost it already. Sorry, mate.
So there's probably about 10-15 questions. We'll just answer them. The first thing that comes to my head.
Alright, do you want to say who it's from?
Yeah, so we're going to say who it's from because I said I was going to shout out your Instagram and your YouTube if you have it. So the first question is by
Jacob Hughes Fitness.
Okay, and what's the question?
Straight in there. Bench 600 pounds or squat 900 pounds.
Okay, so I need to, because obviously we're from the UK, I need to work out, convert that.
So 600 is 227?
No, that's 500. So
no, 272.
Yeah.
272 is 600. I've never had to worry about 9.
I would be terrified to do both.
Okay.
But I think if I had to do one, it would be the 900 pound squat.
I don't think we're talking about doing it tomorrow. I think we're talking about if you could only accomplish one.
Yeah, I realise that.
I thought you meant
I'm not going to try it tomorrow.
If someone said to you tomorrow, you've got to put 900 pounds.
Hungover in the gym tomorrow, let's do it.
Right, but so the question tomorrow, you either got to unrack, 600 pound bench, unrack it and try and bench it, or 900 pound squat on your back.
We couldn't get 900 pound on the bar in our gym, mate. So
you're saying you'd rather do 900 pound squat?
Yeah.
Fine. That lifting doggy.
Yeah, that lifting. I don't know how you say your name, mate, but I think it's that lifting Doge. But yeah,
Doge.
Loyal subscriber, top bloke. Talk to him a lot on Instagram. So yeah,
cool.
Fire over the question.
What's the biggest mistake or missed lift you've ever made / done in the gym? Loving the content as always. I think it goes on from there, but I can't really see.
Okay, thank you, mate. The biggest mistake I've ever made in the gym.
Or the biggest miss you've ever lifted / made? I don't know.
Okay. So the biggest, is it biggest mistake as well? Is it slash?
What's the biggest mistake or missed lift you've ever made?
Okay.
/ done in the gym?
On the top of my head, the biggest mistake I've ever made in the gym was when I went into the gym injured. It was only this year. I went into the gym meant to be doing some rehab squats. Meant to be working up to, I think it was 100 kilo on front squats. I ended up going for a max and then slightly pulling a muscle in my upper back, which completely set me back for a long time, and subsequently I got weaker, and here I am now not competing in the British Champs. So probably my biggest regret is actually going for a 160 front squat when I should have been doing rehab squats.
Josh Burton 6. Presumably there are 5 others. Which weight class do you see yourself competing in your next competition? 93s, the 105s, another?
Okay, so this is an easy one. 105s. I've already decided that I am going to be bulking up to the 105s. I don't actually know what I weigh at the moment.
You can't be far off. Look at this.
No,
no, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just very...
I think at the moment I'm sitting around 100 kilos. So I think the plan is to diet down a little bit, just to try and lose a little bit of fluff, try to be a little bit healthier. And then the plan is over the next year bulk up to the 105s and compete in the 105s.
I've got one from Marriott Performance here. Am I allowed to use the language he's put in there? Is this going to be YouTube friendly?
What's he put in?
He's asked, would you... If I say it out loud...
Let me see.
No. I say it out loud and then you can either edit it or not edit it.
Okay.
Would you rather suck a dick or take a dick?
I would rather suck a dick to completion.
Okay. His actual question was... His actual question was next meet ? That might be better.
Okay.
He's alright in Australia. Is he alright in Australia?
He's doing
You
well.
kept up with him? I see him
I
picking
have.
oranges.
I've been talking to him today, so yeah,
Always.
he seems to be doing alright.
Always picking oranges.
Oranges, yeah. Next meet. That really, I don't think that's really down to me. I think obviously I've got a new coach now with Ben. I'm going to have to talk to him and see what probably going forward the next meet is. I have no plans to compete in a competition anytime soon. I just want to focus on lifting, get stronger, build my way back up, because obviously I've not been very strong recently, and take it from there. And so the short answer is I don't know really, but the long answer is at least 2 competitions within the next 12 months.
From Jake JS Simpson, what stopped you giving up a few weeks back?
Ooh, good question. I didn't see that one.
I guess the JS must stand for Jake Simpson. Jake JS Simpson.
Oh, just a whisker. Because I just love powerlifting, man. I just love lifting heavy weights, and it is almost an addiction in a way. And people that know me and sort of know a bit about me know that I've got a very addictive personality. So I just couldn't really see myself doing anything else, I suppose. I feel like I've come quite a long way in powerlifting from when I first started, and to sort of just give up and not do it anymore. I think I've just feel a little bit lost, and I think...
Well, yeah, for the next thing to focus on when you...
Yeah,
I just stop.
Yeah, and I think until I find something that I would want to do else, which I could really throw everything into, yeah, I think that's the reason why I just didn't want to.
Question from JRA Lifts.
Jack. Top boy.
Jack, how long have you been powerlifting?
Ah, good question. Competitively, 3 years. So the first time I competed was when I was 24. I'm now 26. That's 2 years, but it is 3 years. If that makes any sense.
Dog years.
How long have I actually been powerlifting for? I honestly don't know the answer to that. I think it's when I was 20. So it's when I moved to Bristol, which was about 8 years ago. I'm 26 now. So around about 18 to 20, so about 6 years I'd say is when I actually started powerlifting, but not taking it too seriously, going in deadlifting, not really knowing what the fuck I'm doing, and then...
Fuck it, I'll ask you a question then. When did you get bitten by the iron bug and why? What made you get fucking... Can you swear on YouTube?
Yeah, I swear all the time, mate.
Nice, mate.
Fucking hard here, mate.
Yeah, fucking hard. Balls hard. What made you, you know...
My first competition, 100%.
Yeah, but before then, well, why do you think let's get down the gym and get swole?
The long answer to that is an hour-long video.
Right. Okay.
There's.
All right. Let's skip.
No, what I'll do. No. What I'll do is there is a long story behind that. In the first link in the description, I will put my blog, which I had put up recently on my website. If you want to sort of go and have a brief look at why I got into powerlifting, go and give that a read, because that will sort of sum it up.
Alright.
Pretty quickly.
I'll rephrase my question then.
Okay.
Noob fails, mate. You walked into the gym, first couple of weeks, first couple of months, what do you remember failing? What lifts do you remember being like, shit man, I can't curl 8 kilos, or I can't bench an empty bar, or...
What couldn't I lift? Like, absolutely everything. I remember trying to lift 180 kilos.
That's not a noob fail, mate, come on. I'm talking about like bar with 20 each side and being like, god damn.
I can't really remember that.
Stapling me.
No, because I can't really remember that. I just remember sort of going into the gym and lifting what I could lift for a long time. So probably lifting bicep curling 10 kilos, and I probably did that for a year consistently, thinking that if I do that every single time I will get massive biceps, not knowing about progressive overload and all that shit. So
JR Lift has actually asked 3 questions. The first one, how long? The second one, if you didn't do powerlifting, what else would you do? Hobbies, question mark.
Probably knitting or crocheting.
Pianola, the old...
Ah, so yeah, my other hobby is piano.
We were going to form a band, weren't we? We were going to do the old Hallfield band.
Hallfield band.
Except we were not musicians.
What happened to that?
You play piano, I play bass, and I think that was it. Which, between us, we haven't really got much going.
More of a duo then.
Can anyone sing? I can't sing.
I can't sing.
Oh.
Seriously, what would I do? I don't know. If I didn't do powerlifting, it would probably be something athletic. I would probably pursue football, because for a long time football, I was actually semi-decent at football, so I'd probably pursue that.
Fucking stop all of this. How do you know Tom Hales? Tom Hales PT.
I follow him on Instagram and he follows me on Instagram.
I went to school with Tom Hales.
Shut the front
door!
I
went to school with him and I saw he's got like a personal trainer. He said, oh shit, there's Tom Hales.
That's probably the only reason he follows me on YouTube.
Hi Tom.
Oh, you missed out some of the Jara lifts ones. Oh, you're not interested.
Fucking
hobbies.
Nobody did hobbies.
No, go on Tom, and then we'll go on to the other Jara lift ones.
No, we'll start with the next Jara lift, which is in order. Jara Lifts asks, best food for dirty bulking, asking for a mate, and he's got some emojis. One is this, and the other one is this.
Ooh. Personally, sorry dude. Alright, don't get weird about it.
Personally.
Pizza.
Best food for dirty bulking, pizza.
Yeah.
With scrambled eggs?
For me. For bulking, just like pizza, it's so easy to eat. You have a whole pizza and it's got like 2,000 calories in it. Although, as I discovered today, if you've watched the entirety of the video, croissants.
Oh, croissants are buttery bastards.
But I had 4 of them today. 1,300 calories, and I literally felt like I was eating air.
But do you know how they make the pastry?
Butter and flour.
Literally, it's a layer of butter, a layer of flour, wrapped over and over and over again. It's 50% butter.
Croissants.
Croissants. Tom Hales, PT, don't know if you know Tom or not, asked the question, what's the one thing that carries over best from lifting into life? That is a deep question. I expect nothing less from a Cambridge alumni.
Discipline. Although I've got none of that, so I don't know why I said that.
What do I think? Discipline?
The best thing that lifting carries into life.
Hook grip when wanking?
Yeah, with chalk.
And discipline.
No, I would probably say respect, actually.
Respect.
Yeah, so respecting people in the gym, respecting the weight, something cliche like that.
Okay. Poverty Bench Pete asks, how do you manage to balance work, lifting life, and being so damn handsome?
Ugh.
Now you didn't put that, that's not me saying that.
Pete. I can't balance it. It's a struggle. Especially the handsome part. Working full time is not easy, especially when I sort of commute into work as well. So I've got around about an hour's commute, full commute. Obviously working 9 to 5. I'm on my...
to make a living.
Exactly. And I'm on my feet all day. So I'm literally knackered by the end of the day, and then I've got to push myself to go into the gym for 3 hours and lift heavy weights. And then I've pumped myself full of caffeine so I don't sleep. So I'm knackered the next day, and it's just a never-ending cycle. And how do you do it? Don't know, because I'm fucking mad.
Tidy. Dave Squats asks, would you ever consider starting a gym with your best buddy?
That's not what he said. But yes, I would.
Oh.
Coming soon.
Dave Squats asks, how do we make the question bigger? Again, it trails off.
No, it does that, I don't know.
Since you've recently started working with Ben, I'm curious what you look for when selecting a coach.
Okay, so this is an interesting question because my coach that I had before with Chris, I'm good friends with Chris and I've had no issue with him in terms of his programming whatsoever. And I've said this before in previous videos, the reason that I changed coach was nothing personal at all, and it actually had nothing to do with the coach himself. It was just because I wanted a change. Ben, I communicate with Ben quite a bit through Instagram anyway. I went down to meet him in person a few weeks back anyway, just to get a session in with him, and I just liked the way he communicates with his clients mainly. He's always available to talk about form, about lifting, powerlifting, and just generally how you're feeling. And that probably was the biggest thing that drew me to Ben, was the fact that if I'm having a crappy session, I could text him and say, mate, these aren't feeling good, what can I do about it? And he's straight back to you and he's coming up with solutions. So that's probably the biggest reason why I chose Ben, and he's just a bit of a legend really. So those are the main reasons. that guy.
So final question is by Recoaching or RE Coaching. Primary goals for the next 5 years.
Oh, what a good
I know, 5 years.
But that's a good. And is that primary lifting goals? Did you say?
No, primary goals for the next 5 years. Number one, jump straight in there. Stay alive. Got to be alive for the next 5 years.
Be alive for the next 5 years. I'm not doing a very good job at that because whiskey, croissants, I'm not going well in that department. But
next 5 years. Ooh,
cool. Next 5 years. The goals for the next 5 years. It involves something with this guy. That's one thing, but that's not to be revealed now.
Make a baby.
We're gonna make a baby. That just takes 9 months, mate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll take a.
We could have 6 babies in that time.
Jeez, we adopted kids. To be fair, we could adopt some kids.
We could.
Next 5 years.
Food for thought. Next 5 years are to. I honestly don't know. I haven't looked that far. I'm guessing you mean in terms of lifting, obviously. So in terms of lifting, I haven't looked that far ahead. In the first year is to qualify and compete at British Nationals, get a PB total. In the next 5 years, my ultimate goal has always been to deadlift 300 kilos. So
hence the 105s.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm aiming for, is to at least deadlift 300 kilos. And then, I don't know, 5 years time, if I'm still in the gym, if I'm still going strong and I'm healthy, why not aim for a 180 bench?
Do you think you'd ever get into coaching yourself?
Yes.
Would you like to coach people?
Yes, so I'm a qualified personal trainer, and more I have been considering starting some online coaching, because I feel like I've built up a good understanding of programming and, I don't know, just
technique as well, like kind of, you know.
That's so my biggest thing. For a long time I've actually, because in the gym you'll see me, I chat to a lot of the younger guys that come into the gym, and I go through a lot of technique. I go through technique with you as well. I mean, it doesn't just mean younger guys, but that's something I genuinely really love doing. So when guys come up to me and ask me, can you just have a look at my form, can you have a look at my squat, my deadlift, actually doing that, someone that's not in your case, but in a lot of cases people have pretty bad form, and I love being able to just, like, I don't know, manipulate their form and get them to a point where they're lifting with great technique. So that's something that I really enjoy doing. So if I can get into a coaching aspect doing that, potentially in the future, that's probably something I am maybe looking to do. So I've always liked the idea of starting a newbies powerlifting coaching thing, where literally 16-year-olds or something like that, 16 to 20-year-olds come to the gym, never lifted before, they don't know where to come to, because I think that's a lot of it. People come to a gym, they see someone lifting, but some people are quite intimidated by actually coming to talk to them.
You make so much better gains if you're a newbie in that first year and someone's actually teaching you the right techniques. Mate, you make so many gains.
Honestly, how many of you can relate to you going to the gym and you wish in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 years of your training, you wish you had someone there to actually show you how to lift properly? Like everyone, it's trial and error, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
it's getting better with YouTubes and cameras and that sort of stuff. It's getting better. But
yeah,
you're right,
I agree.
You still wish that day one someone would just show you how to do it. Single ply lifting, mate. When's that happening? When are you going to get a single ply, mate? I want to see you in a bench shirt.
If you buy me a suit, I'll give it a go.
If I start my GoFundMe page, get Matt into a...
second link in the description.
Second link will be a GoFundMe page to get you into a single ply squat suit.
That'd be a
double flying briefs.
That'd be funny.
It'd be beautiful.
Alright, I think that was all the questions. Not too many. But yeah, I think we should do this again. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, I could go all night, to be fair, but I won't.
Have we got any more questions?
I know that was it, mate. You're not
that popular.
Not that popular, no. Any good poop stories? We should do a markdown finish with a poop story.
What's the most you've done in one day?
Most poos in one day?
Yeah. I remember mine.
Really? What have you got?
5.
5? Like solid ones?
No,
or
like,
are we talking like
probably not. Like
ethereal, liquidy type ones?
No, they were solid. They were like type 4 Bristol
stool chart.
Yeah.
Even I know about
that. Yeah.
Long nights in the camper
van. Yeah, 4 were solid poos, and the 5th one was just like, I've done 4. I want to try and get 5. Let's try and push out a little bit.
But then how's the ring, mate? Like, is it stinging? Is it?
No, because they weren't. Like, that's what I mean. They weren't. They were not solid pieces. So I think it already moulded into that shape. So it was prepared. It was almost, I was like, yeah, mate, you go for this record. They were cheering me on.
I think the worst I ever had. You can edit this part out if you want. It's fine. I'll tell you the story anyway. I had a box of, this is on a Friday, right, so I was making my own meals for lunch, I run out of food in the house. I had a box of white fish and mushrooms. And that was all that was in the box. So I went to work and I had some white fish and mushrooms. Obviously it's not very nice, like, fuck, I'm not going to eat this. Left it there, went to pick my car up from the MOT, it was a boiling hot day. This box was sweating, man, so it was out the fridge, in the fridge, out the fridge, in the fridge, out the fridge. Went to the gym, come back, I was like, oh, what am I going to eat post-workout? I know.
You're going to have to do that again.
Just running out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, that ain't good, mate. So you give it a wipe, it wasn't too much to wipe. But honestly, like, it was like a, you know, a Cocoa Pops bowl. It was like that, right? So then I went back and sat down in my chair, and again, 15 minutes later, my stomach just went grumble, 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 grumble. Same thing, mate, like projectile liquid poo. And I must have done that probably 5 times in a row. I felt brilliant afterwards. I felt like a caloric. Oh, I felt so good. I went out for a few pints. I was fine,
caloric irrigation, mate.
But what your body goes through to turn what's in your bowels into liquid and what you've eaten into liquid and just out.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it? Really?
Oh, that's impressive. It's very impressive. Yeah. Is the red camera? Is the red light on?
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit, is it, mate?
No, little red dot.
Alright, fine.
We're on. We're live. Well, do you want it a bit closer? Like, do you want it closer?
No, I'm happy as it is.
As long as they can pick up the audio.
Yep. This is a lot of effort for the one question I'm going to ask.
You said set up the camera.
It's a very important question now. I'm sure a lot of Phoenix Fitness want to know the answer. I want to know the answer. We all want to know the answer. How do we pronounce your surname?
Oh.
Because is it Greenlausch? Greenlau?
Greenhalalau?
Greenhalalau? What is it, mate?
Great question. It's going to have to remain a mystery.
How do you even spell it?
Green.
Which is green.
Halgh.
H-A-L. Hull. Greenhouse.
Incorrect.
Greenhouse. The whole point is
if you say
this is a Q&A. I'm queuing, you should be A-ing.
Mate.
Greenhouse.
If you say it correctly, I will say yes, you're correct.
Halal.
Close.
But there are not enough vowels in there. I have a feeling you've told me this before that it's SH, it's Greenhouse. Greenhouse. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
That's it.
That's what I wanted to know.
The mystery solved.
Greenhouse.
You wanted me to set up the camera for that? Alright.
Very important question.
See you later, guys.